Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Microphone check. Hold on. Hold on. Microphone check, microphone check, microphone check, microphone check. Check, 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 check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Whew. Big shot, what's up? All right, guys. I'm not doing no music tonight. I'm not doing no intro. I've been on the phone all day, in DMs all day, talking to different people. It's going to allow me to bring you this show tonight. Rest in peace, Takeoff. Let's see here. Takeoff was out in Houston. As we all know, Takeoff is 1/3 of the group, the Migos. And his name is Nick Cardi Ball. So we're going to give people time to get in here. We're going to talk about that. Of course, like I said, I do the exclusives. That's what members only, what you pay for. And these are the things that I worry about. We're living in some crazy times where hip-hop culture is really, to a lot of Black people, the only thing that they have. It's the only thing they have left is their culture, is their hip-hop music, is their favorite rapper. And now, far too often, we come back doing this. Didn't we just do this last month with PNB? Didn't we do it the month before him? So it's happening now. It's very concerning. I mean, it's been concerning to me because I had already got hip to what was going on. And I said, and I told you guys, I said, okay, I see what's going on. I see what's going on. And the moment, shout out to French Montana, the moment French Montana, and hopefully he's protected, because when French Montana came out and exposed everybody, just confirmed everybody what I thought, and that was these record labels are taking out $1 million insurance policies on these rappers. Noticeably, everybody in, what is that, Empire record label. So there's a reason why they started taking out these life insurances. I wanted to share the screen, and first, what's up, Angel? What's up, XA? I hear you, XA. I hear you. Victoria, BB, J Musics. All right. I want to share my screen because first and foremost, I want to talk about, we should be celebrating the life of this young man. I mean, we actually shouldn't even, to be honest with you, we really shouldn't even be doing this again. It's no reason why. It's no reason why we should be mourning the death of a 28-year-old black brother. 28 years old. His life hadn't even begun. But let me show you, and and this is why I get so upset when people like, our big dogs like Kanye West and these actresses and actors that go caping for them, caping for the Candace Owenses of the world that cape for them. And when stuff like this happens, all they do is laugh at us. Look at, and I'm gonna send a letter, a complaint, whatever I have to send over to E Online because they said Migos rapper Takeoff dead at 28. Look at the picture. Now, Takeoff's picture has been circulating all day long on social media. All day long on social media. All they have to do is go to social media. He's been trending all day. We don't get to that, Hunter. He's been trending all day. Does that look like Takeoff? No. There is no way the person, whoever that person is that works for E, they were trying to be funny. They were trying to be funny. There's no way that after all of these websites are posting Takeoff's picture, there is no way that you would go and post a picture of Offset. What's up, CO? There's no reason why anyone would do that. Instead of you just simply finding the picture everybody else has been posting. Everybody been posting this man's picture all day. And you just go grab the first black face you see. Just go grab the first Migos you see, huh? They all look alike anyway. Right? We don't get into that, Big Barbie. They all look alike anyway. That's him. That's him. Not only do they play in our face about police brutality, not only do they play in our face about Black Lives Matter, they play in our face about, everything that revolves them. They want to keep saying, no, it's not. It's in your imagination. We don't treat you any different. You couldn't go and get that man's picture. You couldn't go and make sure that that was that man. It's very easy to do. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm disgusted because this, it just keeps happening and keeps happening. And what do? We come on here and we say, rest in peace, take off, and all, hold your head to the family. Our prayers go out to the families. We have to stop this, y'all. That's not enough. It's not enough anymore. Enough. I've had it. I've had it with us embarrassing our race. I've had it with us embarrassing our culture. I've had it with us fighting each other instead of banding together. Us not defending each other, but opposing each other. To a lot of people, hip hop culture is all they have left. It's all they have left. And people are just letting it just be taken away from them in their face, tragically snatched away from them. Do you know how long the powers that be? I know a lot of people who were not around in the 90s, in the late 80s. A lot of them don't know who C. Dolores Tucker is or what she tried to do. Black woman, what she tried to do to rap. She tried to get rap shut down. She tried to get rap ended. She said it's too much violence. It sparks gun violence. It encourages sexual assault and rape. It exploits our women, calls them bitches and hoes. It encourages them to be bitches and hoes. It's killing our children. And the old school rappers like KRS-One, Chuck D, Tupac, Ice Cube, Jay-Z, they all went and fought to keep hip hop alive. It was a little before Jay-Z's time. Jay-Z came after. But when they realized they couldn't do anything with hip hop, right? When they said it's just too big, we should have stopped it in 86, 85. When they were still rapping like bomb to the bomb, the bomb, the bomb, diggy diggy bang, the bang, the bang, the bang. When they were still rapping like that and not saying nothing, that's when we should have stopped it. But now they're talking unity. They're talking Black history. They're talking stop the violence. And the Black people were waking up. You see, this is why when y'all people say, when I'm not saying you people, but when these new people, these new so-called unquote woke people say, oh yeah, Kanye is trying to show us the light. No, 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 no. You don't know what it's like to live in a times where all your rap was positive messages. And they were telling us about that back then. KRS-One was telling us, was really enlightening Black people. KRS-One took a hammering from people when he was telling people on You Must Learn about all of the original Black men in the Bible. That was never taught to them. And when hip hop started making millions and millions and millions, and now it starts competing with rock and competing with pop, and they're saying, wait a minute, I thought this thing was just a fad. So now, if it's going to be around, we can't have Black people getting educated off it. No, 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 no. We can't do that. We can't have them educated off it. We can't have them not buying gold chains anymore. There was a point in time where everybody, and this is what I mean about Black people when we were together, everybody in the hip hop community got together and said, fuck these gold ropes, man. We ain't wearing these shackles. They represent the shackles that we used to have on our ankles as slaves, that our ancestors had on the ankles and on their backs and around their necks. That's what these gold chains represent. That's why they want us to buy the gold chains and put it on our neck. If anybody didn't know that, that's the original reason why they started making dookie rope chains, fat gold chains, gold link chains. And you would always get, when they would sign their record deal, you would get a chain for it with you. You would get a chain when you sign your record deal. You didn't get anything else. You would get a gold chain. And they would tell you, make sure you wear that chain in all your pictures. Make sure you're showing that gold rope. Make sure you're showing that fat link. And then we came together and said, nah, we not wearing that. We not wearing that. That represents that we still in shackles. And as long as we wearing your chain that you gave us, we gonna always be in slavery. Because now we still just working for you. Black people started to wake up. They started about forming what I said a long time ago, which would be an independent entity of just all of the artists. All of the artists was going to get together and they were going to be one big label. We all going to be one label. We all going to make money together. We all going to eat together. Fuck these record labels. We don't need record labels. If we all get together, all of the top rappers, and make one label of our own, that's what they were going to do. But then what happened? They made gangster rap. Throw that gangster rap out there. They'll stop all this self-destruction, and they'll stop talking about fight the power with PE. So as we sit here in 2022, if you look back to Triple X, how many rappers has met their demise, you know, in the culture? It's a lot. It's a lot. And meanwhile, the record labels that they're signed to, the record company that gave them that $400,000 advance, where they tell you, make sure you get some jewelry. They're still playing the same old shackle games. Make sure you get some jewelry. Make sure you get some ice. Put it on your neck. Put it around your wrists. Put it around your wrists. Make sure you put it around your neck and around your wrists now. Gotta show off the ice. That's their way of still controlling you. By putting that chain around you. Putting that chain on your wrist. You're officially enslaved to them. And once they see that they've given you this advance and you've taken the advance, and now, hey, you ain't making good on that advance. We gave you $3 million up front, Migos. Y'all got $1 million apiece up front, and we did a merchandising bundle deal with you and your streams and blah, blah, blah. So y'all got about $3 million apiece for taxes or whatever. Y'all ain't making good on that. Y'all ain't made us back no $9 million with the money yet. What's taking so long? Meaning with the last album, with the projects. But the Migos, as I said in my video, whether you like the style or not, the point is they're a big factor. They pretty much changed the cadence of the way rappers rap. They changed the cadence. Used to rap in 16s on the downbeat with every other rhyme rhyming on the downbeat. Every other bar finished with the same rhyme from the previous bar. The Migos changed the cadence, and every word was a real big, really impactful in hip hop. So when Takeoff, once again, rest in peace, passes away, and then you get this from E! News, you know, total disrespect. Yeah, it's always around it because this is what they call, especially the devil's holiday, especially Halloween. That's why I don't leave my house on Halloween. I just let the devil have that. You can have that. I'm not going to be mingling outside with you. I ain't going to no Halloween parties. I'm not going. Like my daughter went around her complex. Right outside her house is like a little complex of about 20 houses. Yeah, you go trick or treating in there, then bring your ass back upstairs. Well, of course, somebody was with her, but um, point is, around Halloween, with the entertainment, I'm not gonna say music industry because it's the entertainment industry, and the first is actually entitled "Day of the Dead" on the satanic calendar. Because when I looked down at the calendar yesterday, I was like, wait a minute. Damn, it's November 1st already. And then I remember, I was like, oh, shoot. And I checked right there to see if there was any major deaths, any celebrity deaths. And I said, Day of the Dead. Somebody always goes on Day of the Dead. Now, we're going to get into some of the things that's being said, some of the things that's just totally out of pocket. And the reason why I'm such an advocate of ending, and I've always have been for years now, it was cute at first. After we see the way we're getting taken up out of here, the way they're cleaning house with our people, I don't give a damn if they're women. The Nicki Cardi shit ain't funny no more. It ain't cute no more. It ain't cute no more. Because you always got to see something one time, right? You always one time, as you know, people say, oh, nobody ever came back from 3-0, but then it happened. You know, at one point, there was never any earthquakes in New York, but then it happened. Right? There's a first time for everything. And when you start mixing other crews and other people and this gang and that gang and talking about people's family and talking about people's children and talking about people's husbands, it could get sticky, especially the times we're living in. We are no longer living in the 90s. We're no longer living in the 90s. We're no longer living in the 80s. We're no longer in the early 2000s. This shit ain't cute no more. And I've been saying for months, somebody's gonna get hurt. Somebody's gonna get hurt. And as long as we are sitting there caping for one or the other, loving when one insults the other, antagonizes the other, we sitting there loving, yeah, 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 get her, get her, get her. In a blink of an eye, something can happen. I don't know I don't know why people can't see this. I think it's probably because it's never happened before. We've seen it with the men, but the vibrations that we're living in now is spiritual warfare. There's some evil, evil things going on. We've seen on social media the things that's been sent to Cardi, the death threats, the threats. I know for a fact that Nicki's had death threats. She hasn't put it out there, but she's had them. So they both have received death threats. All right? They're not sending each other death threats. She ain't sending Cardi death threats. Cardi ain't sending Nicki death threats. But they're getting death threats. They weren't getting death threats before. It's never happened before. But now, when you start involving outside people, you saw what just happened with Takeoff. You start involving outside people, and then somebody gonna come along. They feel like, oh, I want to make a name for myself and let Nicki know that I'm down for her. You know, Cardi got the bag. I'm gonna make sure she know I'm gonna hold her down. So then she gonna hold me down. And for that bag, when you start putting that bag in the mix with that clout, anything can happen. Anything can happen. When you start telling people, I better not see you outside, what old boy said to Cardi B allegedly, you know, I better not see you outside. Now you're threatening people and they gotta have to start moving a certain way. And like I said, she's not gonna put it out there. But, you know, Cardi and Nicki move different online. Cardi lets you know what's being sent to her. But Nicki's not letting them know that she got death threats. I'm sure they know because I'm sure it's their side to send it in. But you don't think that upsets her? She got a kid too. She got a kid too. Now, granted, they both got to do their part. They both have to do their part before it's too late. Somebody's going to have to say, yo, just fuck it. You got it, bro. You got it. You got it, bro. Because if they don't, we're going to be sitting here saying, I never thought it would happen to a woman. Or I never thought it would happen to Cardi's husband or to Nicki's husband. We are allowing them to pit us against each other, to pit our people against each other, because most of, I'm not saying all of them, she's got some white fans, most of Nicki's fans are black. Cardi's got some white fans, she's got some Spanish fans, but most of her fans, even more than Latina, most of her fans are black. So it's still our people fighting each other. It was a couple of months ago where one member of Barty Gang met up with a Barb to fight in front of and over by where when she did the couple of months ago in Jersey. Now imagine if someone, and they were both young. Imagine if one of those people would have got killed. Imagine if one would have got stabbed up, shot. They're fighting over this beef that neither one of them will bring to an end. So because they still beefing and they're still antagonizing it and they're still gaslighting it, the fan bases are going to say, I don't fuck with them because she don't fuck with them. And you meeting up to fight a stranger, and I'm sure them two didn't even know about it. I'm sure Nicki or Cardi didn't even know about it. But this is helping destroy the culture. It helps. Everything that has to do with the culture, just like drill music, it's all tied in to hip hop. It's tied into our culture, the culture that we built, the only culture that we can call our own. We created it, we performed it, we delivered it, we made it big. Everybody else jumped on board once hip hop was already big. Once we made it big, that's when everyone else came and jumped on board. But they didn't help make hip hop big. We did that on our own. Black people, the hip hop culture, not just regular black people. If you're Spanish and Latino and you're in the hip hop culture, then you're part of the culture. There's plenty of rappers that are Spanish, but they're part of the culture. Fat Joe, Big Pun, Nori. Like, they weren't black, but they were still part of the culture. As far as the labels aren't going to say anything about the fan bases because the label sees the interaction. They tie all that stuff. They tie engagement. That's a part of marketing to them now. They use the fan bases for marketing. Why? Because it makes they have to spend less money. Well, why should we have to spend money on marketing? You got a fan base that they buy everything you put out there. They retweet everything you put out there. So why do we have to cut you a bag for marketing? Well, you can just go on social media all day and tweet it out to your fans, and your fans will retweet it, and there you go. There's your marketing. There's your promotion. Anything else? You noticing that your budgets are getting smaller and smaller. But that's how they do. Here's the thing, and Wade said, I typically don't post, but I agree with you. Help also the blog have to stop gaslighting. You see, well, this is the thing. This is the thing. The bloggers are doing it because they see now that it's ongoing and it's profitable. So no, they're not going to say anything because they want it to keep going, but they're not thinking about the consequences. They're not thinking about something bad happening. All they care about is, Oh, if I put this out, everybody's talking about this. I'm gonna get mad hits on this. So they go and take every tweet, everything that might be shady, everything that might be about Cardi, everything that might be about Nicki, and they put it out there for their fan base. And if you got a fan, I mean, if you built your platform on drama, then that's what you're gonna attract. So people are just gonna keep reading, keep commenting, keep clicking. More, more, more. You put out 3, 4 videos a day. Oh, I love you're so consistent because you're feeding them what you built your platform on. A lot of those blogs out here, they make a video about Cardi or Nicki every day. Every single day. It's like they're making the same videos over and over. Why? Because they're not going to have people say, all right, I'm tired of you talking about Nicki. They're not going to have you say that. They're not going to have someone say, okay, oh, I'm tired. A fan isn't going to say, I'm tired of you talking about Cardi. I want to get off them for a minute because I wanted to show something that was really, really upsetting to me with this whole Takeoff thing. So, as we know, or may not know, Jay Prince Jr., was with Offset. I seen pictures of him with Offset, I believe. I think it was with Offset. And earlier in Houston. Now, somebody let me know, and I didn't know it, but somebody let me know that last week in one of these same dice games that was being thrown, that someone else was murdered. Right? And I said, wait a minute. So he's the one who sponsors the dice games? And everyone said, yeah, but he sponsors them in Houston, like Jay Prince. Now, everybody knows Jay Prince. The misters, he's supposed to have everybody running scared, right? He's supposed to have everybody running scared. Everyone's supposed to be scared of Jay Prince. And when you come to his town, you're supposed to check in. But someone like the Migos, he said the Migos is his people. So the Migos are always going to be safe. They come here to my town. The Migos will always be safe. They said. Right? Now, let's not forget, it was Jazz Prince's birthday. Given protection in his city. They end up dead while under his protection in the city. So he was supposed to be protecting. He said, "Oh, you come in and you check in, and you don't have to worry." All right, you don't have to worry. So it's the second time in 2 weeks Second time in 2 weeks at his dice game. Now, he posted this Jazz Prince. Now, I believe Jazz is. We got Jay Prince, which the old fella. We got Jazz Prince, who I believe that's the one who discovered Drake. Excuse me. And then you got Jay Prince Jr. So he said, let me see if you guys can see this. Hold on. Full screen layout. Okay. So he said, I never like to hear about things like this happening anywhere, especially in my city and to my family. When I got woken up with a call about this, I couldn't believe it. I'm with you, my brother Quavo Honcho, with the thumbs up. Prayers to all who are hurting. Rest in peace. Takeoff. So this all I get? Is this the best you have to give? The man was out there for with Quavo for your birthday. This is your city, who you say you and your folks and Jay Print with, I runs Houston and Quavo and Takeoff, Offset, my family, and you don't mess with family. So they gonna get the utmost respect because that's what I'm about. I stand 10 toes down on respect and loyalty. And if you do something to one of my family, I'm going to be forced to respond. The big bad bully, Jay Prince, right? The big bad bully. I'm sorry, that's not enough. That's not enough. I never like to hear about things like this happening anywhere, especially in my city. And to my family, when I got woken up with a call about this, I couldn't believe it. I'm with you, my brother, Quavo Honcho. Prayers to all who are hurting. Rest in peace, Takeoff. That's not enough, man. You shouldn't have to be writing this. See, that let's go to show we are not really taking care of each other. Why is this man coming to your city for you and one of them don't come back? Two of them came, but only one's coming back. That's on your watch, brother. That's on your watch. It's absolutely ridiculous. So you're gonna keep on now. There is a rumor, right? There's a rumor going around. I see somebody said it. There's a rumor going around that Jay Prince Jr. was there, right? And he walked out and stepped right over Takeoff's body and didn't give a second look. Now, people are trying to say that wasn't him. Now, the chains were pretty, you know, the chains looked alike. The build looked alike. But now people are trying to say that wasn't him. So if that was not him, let's just say it wasn't him. It is your dice games in your city. And you got people out there for you. You got to make sure they come back home, brother. I'm sorry, that's on you. That's on you. If you take somebody's child, if somebody's child is coming to see your child, coming to play with your child, right? And you say, oh no, I'll pick her up. I'll bring her to my house. So you don't have to stay. When she's done playing, when they're done playing, I'll bring her back. And that child comes to your house, and God forbid something happens. She gets hurt, breaks her leg, jumping off your couch. You know, you have a dog, your dog attacks her. You got to bring that child back to that parent. What happened to that child is on you. It's on you. Because you said, ain't nothing going to happen to her. I'm home. Don't be afraid to let her come over. Nothing's going to happen. I got you. But then something happens to their child. They're going to want to know, what the F was you doing? You told me to trust you. I can let my daughter come over. Now she come back and she got a broken leg. So they couldn't end rap years ago. Rap is no longer making the money that it was. All right. Sure, it's making money. Sure, it's making money. But that's the reason why most of the people that they sign, they're not signing for a long term because they don't see them being around the long term. Go back to that Leo Cohen interview on the Breakfast Club. It's very telling what he said. See if I can find it. So he basically let you know they sign artists that have issues, mental health issues, issues with the streets, was in jail before. They're signing those type of rappers on purpose because they're easier to control their mind. They're easier for them to put MK Ultra on them. They're easier to control. They're not used to having money. So you can lowball them and say, yeah, I'll give you 2 million. And what you're going to say, oh my God, 2 million? You ain't never seen that type of money in your life. So of course you're going to say, oh my God, 2 million. But that 2 million, you're not getting 2 million. Your budget is 2 million. We giving you 2 million to complete this EP or whatever it is they have you doing. And then whatever's left out of that 2 million, after you got to pay whatever people you got to pay, whatever's left, if you got something left out of that 2 million, then you can pocket that. But what they mostly do is try to make sure they give you a budget where they know you're not going to have any money left in the end. As a matter of fact, they want to give you a budget where you have to come back and ask them for even more money. And if you the average dude from the hood, like Cardi said in the song, oh, first one of my family to see 6 figures. 6 figures. I could see 7, but 6 figures. I was making 6 figures in 1995. So just let that sink in. When you got families like that and you have artists where they are their family's music, they are their family's answer, they are their family's savior, they're going to sign. So that explains. And now when they see they have them type of sign, I guarantee you Takeoff, I guarantee you Q and whoever's over Q, I guarantee you they got life insurance on all those Migos. They know the Migos be outside. They know they be hanging in the street. They know they be hanging with street niggas. They're going to make sure they got that life insurance on them. But in the meantime, once again, rest in peace, Takeoff. In the meantime, what about Takeoff's family? I don't know whether he got children or not. What about Takeoff's brother? What about Takeoff's sister? Are they going to have money to bury this man? Are they going to have money to send this man home respectively and comfortably? Or are they going to have to be the next family that says, could y'all please donate? We started a GoFundMe for the funeral services of Takeoff. All right. So when French Montana came out a couple of months ago and said that, and I swear, I hope Frenchie is watching his back. I know Frenchie's a cool dude, but I hope he's watching his back because I have it on high authority that they did not like that. They did not like that. They did not like Frenchie coming out and saying what they're doing is opening up life insurance on these rappers. The next thing you know, the rappers are gone. You know? Now, I hate to bring it up, but a lot of people's been asking me. And I'm sure the blog will put something on it. G can explain this way better than me. She was in the tarot cards at one point. She was in the spirits. So I'm sure she can explain the spiritual warfare side way better than I can. So I don't really get into a lot of that. But I do, based on being in the industry for so long, and based on what I've seen, and based on the conversation that people have. Do I believe? Remember, there's a blood sacrifice, there's an industry sacrifice. Do I believe this was a blood sacrifice? Like, somebody blood sacrificed him and now they're going to blow up. Like I've seen a lot of people saying that, Quavo sacrificed Takeoff and now watch Quavo blow up. I'm sorry. I'm not the biggest Quavo guy. But I do not think he did that. I'm not putting that on that man. He would have to come out and admit that he did it for me to believe that. I'm not going to think that Quavo sacrifice Takeoff. If I see Quavo really blow up bigger than he's ever had before, then I might revisit this question. What's up, Nicki? But he was on Drink Champs with the liquor. Nori, now that he done made it to a certain status, hell, we don't know what Nori's indulged in. There was rumors about Nori working with witchcraft in the damn 90s, early 2000s. So we don't know what Nori's engaged in. But I know when you were on Drink Champs, to me, I always want them to watch the words that they use. I never like people saying, you're used to people using the term, give them their flowers while they're still here. Once they're up in age, I'm used to, I'm be used to someone saying that about Diana Ross. You better give Diana Ross her flowers while she's still here. Diana Ross is in her 70s, maybe 80s. I'd be used to somebody saying that about Stephanie Mills, who's 60, or Aretha Franklin when she was alive, or Patti LaBelle. I could see people saying that, but now we're talking about give them their flowers, and they in their 20s and 30s and 40s. Give them their flowers while they can still smell them. Well, what makes you think that I'm not going to be around to smell them? And that's just, to me, that's just negative energy. I hate when people say, I tell people don't say that. Don't say that around me. Oh, yeah, give them their flowers while they can still smell them. If you expected them to die, or if you walk around saying you never know, then you're going to be walking around on eggshells. I wonder if it's going to be my time today. I wonder if it's going to be my time today. What's up, Marcel? I'm glad you got your flowers. And like I said, not blaming Nori, but Nori is, Now the energy he's moving with, it's not the same guy. You got the bag. When you get the bag, you start acting different. You start moving different. When it first started out, when Drink Champ first started out, I thought this was going to be a show for the old heads, because the first few artists I seen was old heads. I'm like, okay, good. Finally, a show that I can watch. And the next thing you know, I'm seeing all these jumbo Amber Rose. I said, Amber Rose? What's Amber Rose doing on Drink Champ? You could tell when he got that bag because his guests started changing. What's up, Danielle? You could tell when he got the bag because his guests started changing. But for the people who are online, right? Let me go to my Instagram. The people who are online and sending me to, don't y'all read my DMs. I had a person in here in my DM just spearing on hate. Mm, mm, mm. Cardi ain't afraid of old ass niggas. Nicki run around with that's, you see what I'm saying? That is a person who has absolutely no no wish for this to end. No wish for it to end whatsoever. All of these things, that's what I'm saying, man. This younger generation has no regard for life, their own or someone else's. They have no regard for it. None. No regard for it. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Okay. Let me find. So the things that I put up on my Instagram, this ties into the whole thing I was talking about, right? Y'all see this? No. Hold on. So check this out. All right. Now, this is not being used to insult anybody, insult any fan page, insult any blog page. This is just using content. And of course, it is under the 107 law. All right. It's the Share Act. going to be used for criticism, analyzation, the Fair Use Practice Act 107, and that's what I'm using it for. Now, remember Cardi B told Quavo and Takeoff to stand on it last week because they told Drink Champs that they choose Nicki as the better rapper. I just want y'all to let that marinate. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, what do you want to marinate? A female rap game. You just want it to marinate. That's all. What do you want to marinate, love? So you trying to insinuate? What are you trying to insinuate? Tell me, what are you trying to insinuate? These are the type of things I was seeing. So Takeoff dies, and y'all insist Offset and Cardi had something to do with it. And this is karma for Nicki. Why are y'all bringing them up? Not everything is about a Barbie doll. Real life shit just happened. Keep it about Takeoff. All right, I'll say it. Offset had something to do with that shooting. Now, Offset had something. All right, I'll say it. Offset had something to do with that shooting. Offset was back in where? California? So what are you insinuating? Are you insinuating that Offset had someone put a hit out on Takeoff? Or are you assuming or insinuating that Offset sacrificed Takeoff? I believe Pop Smoke was a hit. I believe Nipsey Hussle was a industry sacrifice. I believe Young Dolph was killed because he for his insurance. I believe Vaughn was killed for the insurance. I believe it was a hit on Vaughn for the insurance, hit on Dolph for the insurance. I think Nipsey was a industry sacrifice to get him up out of here because he was doing too much in their eyes. You know, Pop Smoke. A lot of people think that what a lot of people on the dark side think that was 50 Cent's second sacrifice because he got that big deal with Stars and signed that huge deal for all them movies. Now, if you remember, a lot of people, a lot of you weren't around or you were too young to remember, but a lot of people back in the day, even Fredro said it. That's why 50 punched him in his neck. Fredro was out. He saw 50 one night. And, Fredro's kind of a spiritual guy. Yo, you there, that boy? You fuck you, boy. Nigga sacrificed Jam after J. That's how he got all them albums selling like that. Motherfucking Get Rich or Die Trying. Motherfucking Massacre right behind it. Yo, that nigga sacrificed Jay. So Fredro started that. And he was yelling this one time, allegedly. And 50 just got tied of his mouth and said, shut up. Punched him in his neck. Punched his home, then one of 50's homeboys. Punched Fredro's homeboys. So Pop Smoke, if he was a blood sacrifice, he was 50's. In my opinion. I can't say for sure because they'll never admit to it, right? So it's in my opinion. Yeah, I know, Marcel. Now, again, I'm just giving you my opinion. Like, there's no one's going to have a definite answer about Vaughn. Some people say, oh, he was Dirk sacrifice. Some people do say that. Dirk did blow up right after Vaughn. So that's what people tend to look at when they start talking about who off to or who, who's going to benefit from. They basically look at, well, who's going to benefit from it. Dirk went from pretty much an underground rapper that nobody ever heard of to next thing you know, he's got a song with Drake. And that's the song that blew him up right after Vaughn's death. So it's not saying it's on the realms of impossibility. And before I seen somebody put a comment in the chat room and said, now women don't be beefing like that. Well, okay. But that just goes back to my analogy. You never think nothing's going to happen until it happens. You never think nothing's going to happen until it happens. Just like I said, New Yorkers, we used to always be laughing at Californians like that. Y'all be having earthquakes? I don't be having no earthquakes. So, hold on. And then what happened? New York got an earthquake. Right? So, the women don't beef like that. But you have to remember, with this beef now, there are now outside people being interjected into the beef. So while I do not think there's a chance in hell that Nicki or Cardi B will ever pull a gun on the other, I did not say Nicki or Cardi B. They have people in their camps that are not rappers, that are not signed to a label, and who don't give a fuck about a record company. That's my point. So that's why I said, I mean, it never happened. I've already DM'd her this about 20 times. Why can't y'all just tell your fan bases to cool out? Why can't you just do that? Both of you, why can both of you say, we're never going to agree. We're never going to like each other. Okay, so we established that. We're never going to work together. We established that. You do what you do. I do what I do. We don't ever have to talk. But I think we should both get together and hold our fan bases accountable before somebody gets hurt. What's wrong with that? Cardi. I've DM'd Nicki, but she'll probably get that DM in 2 years. You see how she says she doesn't really recognize DMs. You know, there's people that she's following that DMs her, and she says, "Oh, you know, I got it 3 years ago. They DM'd me 3 years ago." So, so to me, and then you again, we already know they don't like each other. It's they're never gonna be friends. They're never gonna be cool. They're never gonna do a record. That went out the window, you know, a long time ago. If Jay-Z can't make them get together, then you know Heaven Hollywood can't. And Jay-Z, they both respect. Jay-Z, they both respect. And he's tried on 2 different occasions to get them to truce it up. It ain't happened. Because it's been too much said, too much done, too much, you know, online. Then you got the kids involved, and it's just too much. So then that's never going to happen. But what you can do is say, and who knows if it'll work or not. But Nicki has so much control over that fan base. That fan base is like a cult. That's not a regular fan base. If she told her fan base, if I see one more death threat, if I see one more person dock someone, I'll never go live again. I'm not going live, and whoever I'm following, I'm unfollowing. You gonna tell me they wouldn't do it? Hell yeah, they would do it. They listen to anything she say. If she said, I'm not coming on live no more, I'm retiring, I'm not making no more music for y'all. If I see one more death threat, docs, insulting tweet about someone's, and Cardi B did the same thing to her fan base, yeah, they'd stop. You might get 1 or 2 people, but then they get blocked. I know they'd stop for Nicki. If you're independent, no, see, if they're independent, they won't sacrifice. They'll just try to kill you for your masters, right? Because when you're independent and you got masters, once you own your own masters, right? If you're independent and you don't got no will, them masters go back to the previous owner when you pass away. If you don't have, like, if somebody owns their own masters right now and they haven't made out a will that says, oh, if I die, my masters go to so-and-so, so-and-so, and so-and-so, then if they was to off you, the masters would go back to the previous owner, which most of the time is your record company. That's what they did with Michael Jackson. That's what they did with Prince. Prince finally got to own his own masters. Next thing you know, he's dead. Has no will, which I believe they burnt the will. I believe they burnt his will. So now if they got no will, they're gonna the masters are gonna go back to his previous record company, which is the same record company he was trying to get the masters from in the first place. So all of these rappers, I hope they got wills. Yeah, but Troy, they're smart enough to figure that out because you'll see when it got created, and it's then so you know they'll be able to figure that out. Like, nah, this person was not a fan. They just made this account. You could always tell when those fake accounts because they're always most of them are always new, or they may got one or two followers on a no followers, no posts. You're like, nah, that's suspect. Right. So as far as let's get back to the so we could touch on it so people can stop asking me about it. Shouldn't that's not something that people should be posting all over social media. Oh, Offset sacrifice Takeoff. Like, first of all, half the people don't know what the hell you're talking about, and it's just going to cause confusion. A lot of people told me, how come Cardi hasn't posted anything? How come Offset hasn't posted anything? I can assure you, don't ask me how I know. I'm not saying who I spoke to. I can assure you, Offset feels awful, and he's going to Houston, and Cardi's probably going with him. Or if she can't, she got two kids, so she can't get someone to watch her children. She'll be home with the kids. But Offset, you know, is meeting his brothers out there. His brother out there. Now, a lot of stuff still going on that I'm not going to speculate on about. Oh, it turned out that Offset's half brothers, the one that shot Takeoff. Like everyone does, that's not been reported or confirmed yet. Good thing I didn't bring up that so-called text message that they said this person was saying what happened and saying they had legit information. But nowhere in the TMZ video did I hear them mention money. Oh, Quavo was getting beat. He losing all his money. So then he got mad. And then the dude just started fighting, which is not true. It seemed like a scuffle broke out first, then the gunshots. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. But judging from that video, it seemed like gunshots first. I mean, the scuffle first, and then gunshots. That's what them young niggas be doing. They get into a scuffle. They don't want to rumble. Like these new niggas, they don't want to rumble. Soon as somebody lay hands on them, they reaching for the piece. They don't want to take just take an ass beating like a man, because they know everything is viral. See, they know everything is viral, and they couldn't dare, God forbid, they dare get embarrassed, and it's all over the internet. No, again, they were at a dice game, but the argument that they were arguing over, they start talking about basketball. Now, I know Quavo plays basketball. I don't know whether the dude said we gonna play basketball, or you gotta play basketball, get your money back. Somehow or another, basketball came up. And Quavo said, basketball? Man, y'all don't know nothing. Ain't play no basketball, man. I something about no basketball. I don't get down like that. But that's what the conversation switched to. I know they were at a dice game, but this argument, nobody mentioned dice. So that's why I'm saying the text messages could have been something that somebody just made up because they want to be first. But there was absolutely nothing. I heard nothing about dice in that whole conversation. Quavo said, after he said, y'all don't know about no basketball, man. Y'all see me play. I heard him say, he said, y'all see me play because Quavo's good at basketball. So he said something about, let me try to find it. But then remember, towards the end, he said, I guess he's talking to Takeoff or to the people. He said, man, let's go. I ain't about to do this. I'll be done hurt somebody. Did y'all hear that? That was his last words. He said, let's go. I ain't about to do this. We out of here. Man, I'll be done hurt somebody. And then maybe 5 seconds later, you heard like a scuffle. And then pow, 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 pow. Right. Someone swung when he said, I beat on hurt somebody. Now, I don't know why they were at a dice game talking about, I don't know why basketball came up. Right? People are blaming Offset because they have nothing better to do. They want to stir up drama. Right? They want to stir up drama. You know? So let me see. Hold on. Let me find this. Hopefully y'all can see it. TMZ be tripping with their, stuff. Okay. So we're gonna see if we can hear it. Temper flare. So basically, so let me share the screen. And anybody that you can hear it out there, y'all let me know if y'all can pick up anything talking about Quavo losing money, Quavo getting beat. Like, I couldn't hear it. That don't mean y'all won't be able to hear it. Okay. So let's see. After it starts buffering, you know how TMZ likes to have their stuff buffering, right? Hold on, y'all. TMZ tripping already. Hold on. TMZ video. Hey, hold on. They were saying that the boxer Shakir Stewart, not Shakir Stewart, but some boxer was standing right next to him. So tempers flare. See if we can see it. Or should I just go to TMZ? I mean, should I just go to yeah, cause they tripping. So we want to see what I'm listening for is I'm going to listen again because I've watched it maybe about 5 times. Now, every time I heard it, I heard something different, right? I heard something different. So let's see here. Z Takeoff video. Okay, I don't want to see that. Argument. Oh, you know why I got it? Duh, I have it on my page. So check this out. All right. Damn, everything moving so slow, dude. Oh my God. All right. So this is the argument. Y'all can see the screen, right? All right. I want to make sure that y'all can hear it as well. Y'all be the judge. Y'all tell me if y'all hear anything else that I may be skipping over. Let me turn up my volume. All right. They know y'all, but they're not going to be disrespectful. They want it. Don't play like that, bro. Hey, let go. I ain't finna sit there. See it again. They know y'all, but they're not going to be disrespectful. They want it. They're not going to be disrespectful or something. Now you can see somebody throw a punch, like you can see someone throw a punch. right? You can see somebody throw a punch. Right? You don't believe what the media says. I'm watching a video. I believe my eyes, yeah. Mark Gonzalez Navarrete. But what are you getting at? What are you getting at? Who is this? Child. Who is this child? Oh, TS. I can't do that right now. Right. He said, "You just see me play basketball, bro." Right. So he said something about basketball, and Quavo's like, "I ain't about to sit and argue about no basketball, bro. You just see me basketball at the gym or something like that. I don't get down like that, bro." Now I don't know what they was referring to when he said, "I don't get down like that," and he said, "Y'all ain't gonna be disrespectful." And then once he said, "You know what? Let's go," and I ain't about to do this. I'm gonna hurt somebody. And then that's when the dude hauled off. I guess he hit Quavo, or one of the dudes hit one of Quavo's. I don't know how that went down. I'm sure there's gonna be more stuff to come out. But he was trying to, walk away. You can't see what? Don't play the video. I can't see that. Try to make it bigger. That's what she asked. Hold on. Hold on. About that. Don't play it over. They know y'all, but they're not going to be disrespectful like they want to. Basketball, bro. You just play basketball. You just saw me play basketball. Y'all niggas just in the gym. Play like that, bro. Don't play like that, bro. Hey, let go. All right, so that's gonna be my last one. So, other than, like I said, to me, her tease was something else. It looked like somebody behind Quavo, right, threw a punch. However, not Offset, Takeoff. Don't put Offset in it. People already putting Offset picture up there. Right, it looks like someone punched the guy with the white hat. Look like he fell to the ground, and you can hear everybody say, "Ah, right." So somebody threw a punch, and then you hear them react. Now, here's the scary thing. I guess because it was Halloween, What was that nigga with that doing with that Chucky doll? Y'all see that? Right? You can see it right there on the screen. Nigga, what is you doing carrying a Chucky doll around? You weird already. Look, you see the red hair? That's a grown-ass man carrying a Chucky doll. He was running all around Houston, Texas with a goddamn Chucky doll. He right there. Look, Chucky seen everything. They better ask Chucky. They better ask Chucky. I bet you Chucky tell the whole shit. He was right there. Look, front row and center. So everybody have to find that nigga with that Chucky doll. I'm sure it'll be easy to find him on Instagram because I'm sure he had Chucky all over Instagram. People from Texas said that the people were wild. Who? The people were wild and jealous over frivolous things. Who was wild and jealous? Not Quavo and Takeoff. They got all the shine. So what you mean the people that they were arguing with? But again, where's Jay Prince Jr., the big bad bully father, and that said you're protected while you're in Houston? Now they got footage of one of the shooters. Oh boy. Hold on. See, with TMZ, they don't let me show it. They don't like. Hold on now. Uh-oh, we gonna figure this. We gonna figure this out. Hold on. Now they got video of one of the shooters. Leave it to TMZ. Hold on. Usually the vault uncut got it. So there's about no cap. Folks in the yellow hoodie possibly did it. I'm telling y'all, something happened between Takeoff and this guy in the yellow. He either hit or grabbed his chain as he's walking past. Takeoff then turns around and is shot. Huh? Wait a minute. This is the first time I'm hearing of this. Hold on a second. Do y'all think it was a sacrifice? Though I don't. I don't think it was a sacrifice. This I don't think it was. I don't see anybody. I don't think it was at least a blood sacrifice where one of because you would have to be sacrificed by somebody that's close to you that would have to sacrifice you. I just don't think Quavo would do it, and him and Offset ain't even really talking. So I don't think he'd do it either. So it could just be an industry sacrifice because it was on Day of the Dead, the devil's holiday, the devil's birthday, and November 1st is Day of the Dead. Anybody that follows the satanic calendar, because you want to make sure you keep your eyes open for stuff. Stuff always happens during this period of time, the period of time of Halloween, going out to like the next month after Halloween. You just gotta be really careful out there because spirits is out there. The spirits need bodies too. You know? That's why I never go out on Halloween. You ain't gonna be see me, sitting up in here with no goddamn mask on or coming on live to about good evening. I ain't doing all that. Devil, You got it. You got it, Satan. I'm not fucking with you. I don't fuck with Halloween. I did when I was a kid, but after a certain amount of years, after I started finding out what Halloween was all about, I was like, nah, I'm not fucking with it. You know, I'm gonna let my daughter do her little trick or treating until she's like 12. Once she gets 12, I'm saying, all right, now, that's enough. That's enough. No more. So she can have her fun till she's like 12 years old. After 12, get your ass inside. You ain't going to trick or treat my ass. Pay attention to the guy in the yellow hoodie. Now, can't nobody see that girl? No, no. There's a yellow hoodie. Is that Takeoff over there? Nah, child, I can't see that. My eyes ain't that good. This person is saying the person in the yellow hoodie is they think is the one who may have shot Takeoff. Folks in the yellow hoodie possibly did it. Screen recorded and zoom in. Yellow. He gets close to Takeoff. When people are walking away, you see Takeoff jerks away, and then boom, next thing you see is Yellow running. I do think he was trying to snatch and run, but Takeoff chain probably didn't break off. Now you're adding a whole bunch of other shit on there. Wait, what? There's a picture of him on Instagram. What the fuck? You mean right there? He's got the yellow hoodie. That's the one they're talking about. Oh my God. So it was one of the shooters before. Yeah, so we seen Eyes Wide Shut, Big Barbie. That's the same type of party that that Doja Cat had. Doja Cat just had an Eyes Wide Shut party for her 27th birthday. They welcomed her into the 27 Club. Doja Cat, you think she blown up now? She about to be up. Watch. She about to be up. They welcomed her to the 27 Club. She said that she did her little rituals, had their little Eyes Wide Shut party. Lord only knows what go on inside them Eyes Wide Shut party. All you gotta do is go watch the movie. The movie was pretty much Tom Cruise and what's her name? The Sniffer. Um, it was pretty much their life as a couple. That's how what was happening. They was always going to industry Eyes Wide Shut ritual parties. And Doja Cat was in there. And there's always group sex in there. There's always these ceremonies where they putting crosses on each other, imaginary crosses and upside down crosses. And yep, Doja Cat about to be up. She gonna be the Lady Gaga rap. Watch. Watch what I tell you. Nicole Kidman, thank you. Yes, of course, Big Barbie. Yes, sex rituals are very powerful, and that's what they use mostly. Sex rituals. They use witchcraft tools. They use pool, bathtub rituals. They do all sorts of shit, all sorts of craziness. Spirit cooking. Uh, It's crazy, but anyway, y'all. It's 1 o'clock. I know some of y'all gotta go to work. We don't say rest in peace and Takeoff. I want to just once again, maybe somebody can screen record it or screen record this part, send it to your respectful faves. Like I ain't DMing no more. I ain't emailing no more. I done combined probably emailed and did. I mean, I DM Cardi. I've emailed Nicki in the past. So between both of them, I probably DM'd and emailed goddamn probably 50 damn times. It won't be 51. I've gotten a response from Cardi every single DM except the one when I said, "Can y'all somebody just take the L, please?" Can somebody just say, "You got it, sis. You got it." You know what I mean? So this can be over with. I haven't gotten a response yet, but then I don't expect a response for a few days. But she, Offset is definitely, in connection with, Quavo. It's not like they're just sitting around doing nothing. But for them to post right now after they don't want to do it through social media. Not for this. Not for this, because that could just make it real messy. So anyway, hopefully people will stop harassing, stop sending dumb stuff like, "Oh, now you're happy, Barty gang. That's what he gets for picking that old lady over Cardi." Like, what type of shit are these fans on? What type of shit are these fans on? That's what he gets for picking her over Cardi B? Wow. Wow. Right. Well, I don't know whether it was fake, whether it was real, but it's just the notion of somebody doing that. I don't give a damn what page it is. These people, I'm telling you, man, I wish they would take social media away. We was doing so much better without it. Or take away the access. I don't know why they've never listened to me before. I keep giving the perfect plan. If you are a celebrity, if you got a blue check, the only people that can tweet to you are people with blue checks. You can tweet to everybody under you that got a blue check and under. But if you are a celebrity, the only people whose timeline you should be able to see are people with blue checks. That takes the access away from you, because that's the problem. Celebrities are now too accessible. In the 90s, you barely saw celebrities. So when you saw them, it was a big deal. Now it's not a big deal. You see them every day on social media. You know what they do in every minute of their life. You know about their kids. You know what their kids wear. You know what their house look like. Man, we ain't never know that about no celebrities in the 90s, in the early 2000s, in the 80s. We see the celebrity once. Sometimes we would go years without seeing the celebrity unless you go see them in concert. Now it's too accessible. Too accessible. Yep, I sure do. Big Barbie. I talk about all the stuff that I gotta be careful to talk about right on regular YouTube, because people be screenshotting my shit and sending it, because I be doing the ritual stuff. And I gotta be very careful with that now. So yeah. Too much. But I don't rule out. I just give him my personal opinion. I don't think it was me personally, my personal opinion. I don't think it was a blood sacrifice. But then I always have to end those questions with, but we are talking about a demonic industry, and we are talking about a demonic industry. There's a lot of things that go on that we never would thought go on. Trust me. If there's some of the things that you guys haven't seen, there's some things that you guys haven't seen that would absolutely blow your mind. And you'd be like, what the fuck did I just watch? But anyway. Yeah, Doja Cat's party was very weird. She had the rituals going. She was throwing it up. She had the sex themes going. She looked like she gonna fit right in. She looked like another Lady Gaga. Doja Cat looked like she ain't never gonna say nothing. Like, you ain't got to worry about me. I ain't gonna tell no secrets. But I do think recently, when she shaved her head, I think she was an MK Ultra. Because that makes you shave your head. You feel as though you don't want none on your body. That's why Britney Spears, she was on the MK. So she feels she take the hair off her head, it won't bother her. Well, we'll get into that another day because that's crazy in itself. Everybody, please pray every night. We thank God for this live tonight. Hopefully everybody close their eyes, no issues. Wake up tomorrow with no issues, and then just praise him and be blessed that you woke up another day. There's a lot of people tonight that's going to close their eyes and they ain't going to wake up tomorrow morning. So we got to start thinking about that a little bit more. We got to start counting our blessings a little bit more and stop complaining about stuff that really don't matter. When you got people losing loved ones every single day, every 2 minutes of any given day. I said before, I made a comment, I said, just waking up every day and going outside your door, you're risking your life. The moment you go outside your door, you pretty much, it's Russian roulette. It's Russian roulette. So if you are already outside, try not to put yourselves in situations that's going to increase the odds of something stupid happening to you. That's all I'm going to say. Try the speed limit. Please don't drink and drive. Please don't text and drive. Don't be driving mad, arguing with your nigga, arguing with your chick. Don't do all that shit. And never send your kid to bed with an attitude with them. Tell your kid you love them every night before they go to sleep. Tell them, kid, you love them when they wake up before you send them off to school, because the poor kids nowadays is Russian roulette with their life. Never thought I'd see the day where going to school, you just have to hope and pray that your kid comes home at 3:00 and that it's not some lunatic comes into the school and you never see your kid again. So we live in tough times, guys. Just try to be a little bit more nice to the people. All right, love you guys, and I'll see you next time.